and welcome to Nurse Up if this is your first time visiting, and welcome back. So on this channel I make videos related to nursing, inspiration, and lifestyle, and I would love for you to join this community. The videos I make are in hopes to inspire someone that is like myself to achieve their goals and their dreams, everything that they've always wished to do. Just kind of put myself out there as an example that whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. Okay, so if you haven't watched my first video, I would recommend you go and watch it so that you can catch up on a little bit of background about me, a little bit of history, and why I am here today. I'm going to be short and sweet in this video. This is going to be a story time Christmas edition, as you can see in the intro. It is the New Year's, but you know, we still kind of let the Christmas spirit linger a little bit, so I'm just kind of feeling that until we go back to school, and then it's back to work and reality and the such. So in my previous video I talked about the fact that I am a single mother, and when I became a single mom I dropped out of high school. I completed the 11th grade, but that was it. I did not finish high school in order to see a traditional high school diploma. As far as my education goes, that's all you guys know about me. You know that I want to pursue a nursing degree and become a nurse, so I'm just gonna kind of catch you up to date a little bit just to kind of show you guys where I am. So I did eventually take my GED. It was an absolute miracle how that happened. I believe this was in 2014 where they were proctoring GED tests through a church, and I studied for it, and you know, it's just, you just hold on and do your best. So I remember when I was taking this test, first and foremost, let me back up a little bit. I was working at the airport at that time, at a restaurant, my first job ever. I was 19, I believe. So, you know, you meet all kinds of people coming back and forth into the airport. And it was this one lady in particular that I met. I just remember her being so encouraging, and she came to my restaurant to order lunch, or dinner. And I just remember us talking about God and her somehow just encouraging me that I could get my GED, that I could do it, and that she absolutely believes that when I go and take the test that I will pass it. And then somehow we kind of switched information, and that was that. So I went and I go to take my GED, and I run out of time while I was finishing the social studies portion. I had to just bubble in about maybe 20 questions. The proctor, you know, they will alert you when you have so many minutes left, and told the class that there was 5 minutes left. I panicked and I just bubbled in, and I tried to do a strategy where I just bubble in like mostly C's and B's, and you know, because you hear that those are most likely the correct answer. So I did that, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I was devastated, because I'm like, I took my time and studied for this test, and I couldn't really even perform the way I wanted to because I ran out of time. So I got the results for the GED that I had taken, and this was, mind you, this was the last time that we could take this test before they had switched the GED curriculum, and they were going to make it more challenging and up to date to the education of the day. So that was really like, okay, I cannot, like, no, I dropped out of high school, and you know, I've been studying for this, but like I just didn't have the confidence in myself that I could actually pass that next test. So I got the results, and it said that I passed, and I knew that was a miracle because I ran out of time, and I bubbled in, like I told you, about 20 questions, and 20 of them were guessed, and my scores were great. And I just thought back to that lady when she spoke life into my situation, and she was just like, you are going to pass it. And I was just so ecstatic. I was like, wow. And this might not be a big deal to most people, but when you come from a background where success is not really praised, it is not really like a big deal isn't made about it, I mean, you feel pretty great, because it's like if you're not getting it from within and you're seeing it out there, you kind of crave that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a fatherless child. She doesn't have a father in the home, but she sees other little girls with fathers, and you know, that really makes her feel that void and really desire that. So somehow the lady that I met at the airport ended up sending like $50 in the mail, a gift card to Chick-fil-A, and also she sent like these cute little Christian VeggieTale DVDs, like a series for my daughter. My daughter was very little at the time, maybe about 5 or 6. I just was like so ecstatic. So I have gotten a GED, as we left off that I had dropped out of high school, 11th grade. So yes, I thank God for just getting me through that hump. And so now I didn't want to stop there. Of course, I want to become a nurse. So there's some work involved. So I finally went to take my TEAS test. I have been studying and studying for the TEAS test. I had even joined my college. They have like these study sessions where you can join, and there is a nurse teacher that is dedicated to teaching students how to answer the curriculum. I took it the first time because I'm thinking, okay, like I studied a little bit, you know, math questions, reading is easy, ELA is easy, science, this stuff is easy. You just look over it and take it. And this was around when the shutdown was kind of not lifting, but it was kind of like we were in it for a minute. And so I had to take it at home. I had to take the TEAS test at home. And so they had me scan the room. I took it in my kitchen. They had me take my computer, just kind of scan the room, looking for like cheat sheets and everything, looking for devices, and then they had you to take it. So I went ahead and I took it, and I did not pass it. I did not pass it. So of course, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I did not pass this test. I was embarrassed. I was like, wow. So I went ahead and I really made sure that I started to attend those sessions that the nurse was providing. And then, you know, I let her know that I failed it. I attended the sessions, and then I felt like I had attended enough to be able to take it again. So I registered again to take the TEAS test for the second time. And this time we went on the campus. This is when everything was opening, but you had to wear your masks and take your COVID screenings before you were let into the building. And so I went in, and you know, they of course asked if it's your first or second time, and like it's my second time. I was a little embarrassed, and so they actually came out after they read the instructions on what to do and how to navigate through the test. The lady came to the row that I was in and asked if anybody wanted to go into the room across the hall. It was just a room where you can close the door, and I was like, oh, I'll take it. And so I went and I took it, and it was nice because you know, sometimes you like to talk to yourself, encourage yourself, or you just like to rehearse the material out loud, and you can't do that obviously if you are in a room with 20 other people. So I was like, great, I can just say this stuff and rehearse it, and if it sounds right, you know, that'll help me distinguish if I can hear it. So I went in the room, and I don't know what was up with me this day, y'all. I had to go to the ladies' room about 20 times, I kid you not. And I had the diet that I was on, it was keto, like low carb, so my body was just flushing. And I tried not to drink. I drank a small cup of coffee on the way to the campus, but then I, went to the restroom before I even went to take the test, and I didn't drink anything after that. But I had to go to the bathroom so many times. It got so bad to the point where whenever I got up, the lady at the front knew that I was running to the bathroom. I just don't know what happened. And I ran out of time on that test. I was devastated. I've been wanting to become a nurse for so long, and I believe I had 2 more tries, and I failed again, and I felt that I was ready. I was very shaken up, but I was not defeated. I was not defeated at all. I knew that this was only a temporary setback. So at this point, I had to wait 4 months until I can retest again. 4 whole months. And the kicker was, there was a whole new version being revamped with the TEAS system. Version 6 is the version that I took twice, and I could not take that test again until 2 days after they updated to version 7. I was devastated, but I still knew that I could do it and that I was going to do it. In the next video, I am going to tell you guys where I stand now. Have I taken the TEAS test a third time? Have I passed it? What is going on? I'm going to share that in the next video, but I just want to again encourage my nurses out there to nurse up. Whatever obstacles are in your way, there's nothing too hard that God cannot help you get through. It is possible. With God, all things are possible. And I just really am feeling that, to just step out and to have faith and to believe in yourself, because doubting yourself and procrastinating isn't doing any good. So there's nowhere to go but up when you hit rock bottom. And I just want to just encourage somebody, you can do it. I failed and I have been embarrassed, but you know, if you never fail, you have never done anything, because procrastinating and not doing anything is worse off than failing. Because when you fail, you succeed. You get to step back, you get to look at what went wrong, what you need to do better, you get to correct yourself, and you get to come again, correct. You get to come back and try it again. I just want to thank you again for coming by, and please consider subscribing if you are enjoying this type of content. And and if you have made it to the video this long, I want you to comment gold and white flake. My favorite color is not gold, but it just seems that gold is the catchphrase every time. There's always something gold around, because if you watch the last video, the first video, it was gold 2023 or something like that. So I won't keep you. I thank you again for your time, and I will see you all later in the next one. Bye.